So we're going to, I just downloaded this VM. I haven't run it or anything. I haven't played with it at all. So we're just going to run through it, see if I can finish it in a couple hours, and, you know, that'll be that. So the VM that I'm working on today is, hey R4J, how you doing? The VM I'm working on today I got from VulnHub. So we'll just check this out real quick. It's one of the newer ones, one of the more recent ones. It's FourAndSix2. So we're just gonna try and get the root flag, I guess. So we're just gonna figure out what the heck's going on with the machine and see if we can find a you know, a foothold, and then do some enumeration and do a privilege escalation. Again, I know nothing about this, so I can't even really give a decent introduction. But let's get tmux running, and we're going to first things first. We're going to find out where it is. So we'll figure out our IP address, and then we're going to net discover 192.168.47.165. Oh, there's just 0/24. Find out the what's on our subnet, assuming that it actually got an IP address. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Jarrett and True Parrot and Alex and everybody. Alright, so 135 is probably it. I don't think I have anything else running on this network right now, so we'll go ahead and nmap. Actually, do I have my eye on this? Yeah, cool. So I wrote this, I mean really it's just a BS little wrapper. It's like a Python wrapper that does it does a few things. It does an nmap scan of all of the ports really fast of a machine, and then it goes back in, takes those ports, and then does a much deeper nmap scan with, you know, service detection and default scripts and all of that stuff. And then it'll even do a quick attempt at fingerprinting the if there's a web server that's found on either 80 or 443. It's not super intelligent, but it'll attempt to kind of fingerprint the web server, figure out what web technologies are running on it, and then give us a starter dir search command. So you can find this on my GitHub or my GitLab. And again, it's just using the nmap Python library. So again, it's not anything super crazy, but I like using it because it automates a lot of the stuff that I do right off the bat for these kind of machines. And knowing how Murphy works, it'll probably just fail, you know, right out the gate since it's on a live stream. But it's been pretty useful for me so far. So what it's doing is it just kind of tells you, like, as it moves through the different steps, and it'll give you kind of a time offset to let you know roughly how long it's taking to do these various things. Already I'm a little concerned by, oh, there it goes. So about 28 seconds to do all of the ports, and now it's just doing a very targeted, only the ports that it found before. Now, my eye has a few different options, not a lot so far, but I can do like I've added UDP support, you know, if I want to do UDP scans. So it doesn't look like it found a web server, which is interesting. But we'll look at let's see. Let's go into, let's make a directory for this so we can keep all our stuff together. We'll make there, is it 4N2? Was it 4N6? I've already forgotten what this machine's called. We'll just call it make dir 4. And we'll move 192.168 into here. So anyways, what my eye does is once it's done, it actually outputs various it outputs the scan results into this directory for you. So it can take multiple IP addresses or IP ranges and do all this, you know, do a network scan for you as well, and it'll sort it everything based on what the IP address is. So we'll go ahead and cat the TCP scripts. Okay, so we have SSH, We have some RPC stuff that looks like it's servicing supporting NFS, which is interesting, and we have NFS and Mount D running. So this is interesting. Actually, I'm really excited about this because I am I'm a former, I mean, I guess current, but I'm a former Linux admin. That was my primary job for a long time, and like I don't see this kind of stuff where I think this is going. I mean, unless this is just like a straight vulnerable version of SSH that has, you know, a remote code execution on it, which I think 7.9 is pretty new, so I doubt it. What we're likely going to be doing is querying the NFS shares, and there might be some misconfiguration or some sensitive files that are being hosted there that shouldn't be. But you don't see a lot of this on, you know, like Hack the Box or on other you know, VulnHubs or whatever. A lot of people are like really infatuated with, oh, find this like remote code execution or develop this buffer overflow or whatever. But honestly, in networks, like in actual environments, especially ones that have decent patch management and whatnot, this kind of stuff is much more common. And R4J is pointing out that jail on Hack the Box, it did have some NFS stuff, and that's true. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying it's not very common, is all. So let's do a couple things. So we're gonna let's see, what do we have? NFS. We have NFS Spy. We've got a few other things. So let's check out what NFS Spy does. We're just gonna check out a few different tools here. So NFS Spy, we need a mount point. We don't really know the mount points yet. So what about like show mount? Do we have show mount installed? Yep. Okay, so show mount, we have some options, and then host. So we don't know anything about it, but we do know the host. So we'll do show mount, and we'll do the 168.47.135. Cool. Is there all mount points on that? There doesn't seem to be any. Well, that's new. Let's do some Googling. A very common part of any pen test or engagement is just Google the crap out of what you're trying to do. So let's see. Let's scan NFS Shares remote machine. Maybe E minus E. Which the help doesn't tell us to do at all, which is nice. Oh, cool. So okay, there is one. So minus E is important. I'm glad the help files definitely tell us to do minus E. Over in the Twitch chat, I'm seeing somebody mention that too bad people don't stream this type of content. Actually, there's quite a few of us that stream this stuff. I'll post. I retweet their stuff on Twitter a lot. But there's Live Overflow on YouTube. Does this a lot. We've got Murmus, the Blind Hacker, Mubix, Cerulean, the Colonial, Zeta 2. There's becoming a lot more security streamers over the last couple of years. So there are plenty of people doing this kind of stuff. Granted, there's not as many of us as there are video game streamers, but there's still quite a bit of us. So now that we have this home user storage here, we're gonna try and mount it. So we're gonna cd into mount. Cd into mount. Now some of you know that Linux, has a couple different directories in slash here. Modern Linux has this thing called media, but we still have mount. And if you're an old school Linux person, you understand that mount is where we used to always put any sort of mounted file system. It's still commonly used for remote file systems, so like NFS Shares or stuff like that. Media is more commonly used modern day for like local removable media, so like USB sticks and CDs, if you remember those things. And but we're going to use mount because it is a remote file share. So we're going to mount home user storage to, or we should probably make NFS. We'll just make that. All we're doing is making a mount point to mount this directory to. So it doesn't really matter what we call it. So we're going to mount NFS or home user storage to NFS. Special device storage does not exist. Oh, yeah. So there's a. We need to tell it where we're going to do it. So we're gonna NFS 192.168.47. It's been a while since I've actually done this, so let's see. Like that, probably. NFS URLs are not supported. Come on, man. Oh, you don't need the // Access denied by server. This says everyone. This says everyone. And yet we're getting access denied. Let's look at mount. See how mount works. Is there like a specific user that we should set maybe? Oh, did I misspell? I did. Okay, thank you, Twitch chat. I was spelling user like... There we go. I was spelling user like Linux spells user, which actually isn't even user. It's like universal system resource or something like that. That's what it's supposed to be. But that's not it. The username is user, like user. So cool. Thanks, Twitch chat, for correcting my noobness. It's only 9 a.m. here in California, and I know that may sound late to some people, but my brain doesn't really function until 10 or 11, so you'll have to forgive me. All right, and we've got a backup.zip. So we're going to copy the backup.zip to our CTF directory. And we're going to, do I have 7-zip installed? I do. So we're going to 7z, we're going to extract, right? Which is what this is saying. And we're going to extract backup. And it wants a password. Cool. So what we'll likely need to do is get like John, probably like a 7.2 John or something script going to extract the hash from this encrypted zip and do some sort of brute force attack against it. And as we see here, it says it shows some files here, and then it shows a what look like SSH keys. So my guess is once we crack this, then we'll get access to some SSH keys, probably as this user. So let's see here. So it's probably just 7.2 John, right? That's the way most of them. That's the way most of them work. Yeah, evidently Twitch or YouTube chat is also saying that. But yeah, let's just double check 7z2 John. And so here's something cool is that like so what's interesting is the John the Ripper that comes with Kali generally doesn't always include all of the scripts. So you a lot of times have to actually git clone actual John, and then you get access to like the various scripts as well. But this looks like somebody's just like clone of the scripts, which honestly is fine. We can just grab the Perl one. I don't think we need to like go crazy here, like copy everything. There's no crazy Perl includes here either, so we're just gonna straight rip this. Oop. Oh no. It does need that, so. All right, let's talk about let's talk about CPAN and the ancient horrors that was Perl. So CPAN is the Perl package manager from way back in the day. If you used to do Perl, then my condolences. If you didn't, then you do not know what you were missing. It was extremely powerful. It's still used by some people today. It was extremely powerful, but it was just god-awful to read and troubleshoot and work with after the fact. And so a lot of people have exchanged it for stricter readability of like Python and the like. But it's still extremely useful. So we need to install this. And so, again, this is just a package manager, sort of like pip or apt or whatever. It's just installing... oops. Oh, come on. Why are you going to be such a pain in the butt? So can we like app search? Yeah, this is what we want. So if we apt install lzma dev, and then we can go back into CPAN, and this should work after we install this dev. Nope, still not. Oh, the lib, the actual library. All right, let's see. Let's catch up on chat here. Ah, yes. The stream is a little bit behind. A little bit behind where I'm at. But yes, the lib. I'm super good at this game. Oh, what? Oh, god damn it. Stop it. Yep. So you can see how well my brain works in the morning. And here we go. Now it's actually running. Cool. Now I can type. Now we should be able to Perl. Oh. Yep, cool. Okay. And we'll do CTF4 as backup. Gross. CTF4 zip hash. All right, now we should be able to John word list equals, and we'll just user share word list. We'll just do rocku because everything's rocku. And then what do we call it? Zip hash, yeah. What? It's definitely a thing. We need to specify for John. Oh, does this John not understand? Do I need to actually get John Jumbo? Maybe. John 7-zip hashes. Do. Format. Is it just 7Z? Nope. Oh, that person's literally saying that it doesn't work. Okay. It shows a 7-zip. Oh wait, is there two? Did I see a line break here? No, it's all the same hash. Okay. Let's just get the, oop, not John Jump. We actually talk about this quite a bit in at work about whether or not we should run whether or not we should get like the most up to date that's gross to even look at. But I don't think. How am I supposed to read this? This is the worst. grep's not really useful if you don't know what's called. Yeah, so it is 7-zip. So, you know, this thing that I did way back here, guys. John, there was, where was it? Yeah, this one here. I mean, you know, we've done this before. So do. I'm just wondering if there's any specific libraries that I need. Otherwise, I will. I don't think the format flag position matters, but maybe. Yeah, it's not doing anything. R4J mentions Hashcat. That's a possibility. With 7-zip, maybe. What I find, Hashcat itself, because it's newer, doesn't have as much compatibility with some of the hash types out there. 7-zip probably is fine. We run into it a lot in other CTFs where they, you know, whoever made it's using like some really old encrypted zip format or something, and Hashcat hasn't actually you know, implemented that yet or ever plans to. Yeah. What I generally find is that for CTFing and whatnot, that the pre-installed John and Kali tends to not have compatibility with some of the more uncommon things that you have to crack for CTFs. Ron says there's some sample hashes in the source if we want to see if it's working at all. My guess is that it's probably not working in the pre-installed one, especially since we didn't have like the specific libs even installed. My guess would be that it just isn't set up correctly. We'll see when this thing finishes. Though, I mean, I guess this is taking a bit, so let's go into Git. Yeah, Hashcat probably has it. I was talking about older zips. This is also a VM, so I'd have to like go out to my host to do Hashcat. Zip. Or it's not a CD. It's less. 7z hash test. Yeah, see, that version of John's not loading at all. So let's see. This John. So if we do CTF for hash test. Hey, okay. So get John run. See, it's almost like I know what I'm talking about sometimes. I do appreciate the input though. I do want the chat. I do want the chat to continue to input, but every once in a while, I actually know what I'm talking about. And then was it like 7-zip hash? What was the zip hash? Hey, okay, it's chocolate. Chocolate is the password. HarveyM points out that it's word lists in RockU, not word list. Yeah, I think I must have messed that up earlier, probably. Somewhere in the history. Yeah, I sure did. That wouldn't have worked, would it? Thanks for pointing that out. So we will 7-zip extract, and we're going to extract backup.7-zip. We're going to use chocolit, if I spell it correctly. To extract that. Look at all this stuff. I'm not going to bother looking at looking at all these pictures. Maybe I should later, but we have an SSH key. So we're going to, now if we remember, we're actually mounting the home user directory. So it is my guess that this is going to be the users with the username user SSH key. So we're just going to go ahead and give that a shot. Oops. With the I flag, we can set our which identity file we want to use, so which SSH key we want to use, and we'll do user at 192.168.47.135. Another way that you can do this, and you see this me do this on other streams, is instead of doing the username at, you can use the L flag to determine which user you want to use. So just another way to do it. Yes, we want to accept that. And cool. So this must have been made by some password cracking fanatic. So we'll go back in here, go into run. There's probably an SSH to John or RSA to John or something like that. SSH to John, yep. Okay. So get John run SSH to John on the ID RSA. Oops. And we'll do that into RSA.hash. And we'll just John again on RSA.hash and make sure that, yep, it finds it. Cool. Wait. Did it already find? Is that really? I was about to. No. Okay. So we're going to. It does see the hash type, so we'll do the word list again. Equals user share. I can't type. Word lists. RockU.text. It's loading a hash type of SSHNG. Is that right? Well, I guess that's literally what it calls it here, so that must be right. Pepper? All right. I've been burned before. That's all I'm gonna say. CTF for, so if we SSH 2168 47.135, right? Yeah. ID. What is happening here? Oh shit! Now there's like multiple people in multiple counter hack people. I type SSG. What? Oh yeah. Obviously that's not gonna work. This is like a bunch of counter hack people in my chat. It's not unnerving at all. Yeah. I am noticing the this format may emit false positives, and I look up and I see Ron Bose say this format may emit false positives. I think that's apparent. Well, shit. Cool. I mean, is this like, is this indicating that it's a 6-character key space? And it's just like any 6-character password like appears correct for this? Nope. It sure doesn't. That's outstanding. Cool. So I mean, like how accurate is this? Does this mean that I can like does this mean that like at least I have a more restricted password list that I can run through, or probably won't get the same false positives from both tools. That's probably correct. I mean, I could just like take all of these false positives and just throw them at the other machine. Alternative, you can try phrased and rusher. Okay, cool. I don't... Nope. Yeah, maybe hashcat. What? Cool. Yeah, that was some BS. Okay, let's see here. Proof key crack. That sounds like fun. This is like a counter-hack cat fight going on in YouTube chat right now. That's excellent. Okay, so this PD thing. Is this just so... I guess there's like a PD and then I can add a word list. And just say go. Okay, cool. Well, let's find out PD then. I love John sounds right. Yeah. Oh no, now Chris LG's in the chat. Are you guys just all here? Is there like a team meeting going on in my YouTube chat right now? That's awesome. No, I don't need a script to install it. I just want the actual Git. Oh, shit. So Hessman's watching, and now the secret room is laughing too? Cool. Cool. It's not a big deal. Everything's fine. Oh, cool. It's in Cali the whole time. It's all good. It's not tab completing. Cool. So Jeff McJunkin says that it's in Cali, and then immediately says afterwards, "We're here to troll you." So that's going to be useful. Yeah. Okay. So where did I literally just installed this? Configure, make install. Yeah, that's typically the way this shit goes. Oh, did it just put it here? Nope. Oh, that's the directory that I created, obviously. It says it's... So, Jeff sent this webpage. I feel like just as a further troll. Like, this is the deepest troll I've ever seen. But this website that obviously Jeff created just to mess with me. Like, according to it, it's already installed? Apt doesn't understand it at all. Oh, it was PD the whole time. What if it's called PD in it? Yeah. It was PD the whole time. They got me. Hey, okay, cool. Now, now we're back on track, folks. This was supposed to be like a quick, like 45-minute, like little stream before I headed into work. Now I'm gonna be like late to lunch. And there was a we had a page up for it, didn't we? Did I close it? Yeah, okay. So is it D word list and then K private key? So we'll PD D for user share word lists. I'm not sure that it's in RockU, but I assume it's in RockU because everything CTF is in RockU. And then K for the private key, which is ID RSA. Now, whoa, that didn't work. Audio configuration? MIDI, this does not seem like the right tool at all. Yep, nope, this is completely the wrong tool. Good times. Let's see here. So, cool. that was the long troll. Good job, guys. No, but wow. That was impressive stuff. Okay. So it did compile and happen, so we'll go back to our here and we will PD blah source blah and we will dictionary user share word lists RockU and K for ID RSA. Nope. So do we not do a K then? Okay. It was like, I love tools that have 0 output letting us know if it's actually working or not. Oh, it is working. Okay. We have less false positives so far, which is, you know, good. Now, what's going to be swell is if this isn't even in, like, RockU. Like, this is the one vulnerable VM where they're like, you know what? I'm sick of RockU. It gets too much attention. Square skirt. That's a real thing, I guess. Yeah, and now we wait. Stego. Oh my god. If it's Stego, I'm gonna rage quit. I hate Stego so much. Alright. Cool. So, eye rolling so hard. Well, okay. first we'll just strings like N5 hello. Is it possible the RAR files hidden in images not to be spotted by binwalk? Wait. Is it possible for RAR files hidden in images not to be spotted by binwalk? Yeah, I mean, maybe. Like, is it possible? Yes. Yes, it is possible. Okay. Can we do all of them? No, of course not. Finished. No, come on. Shit. Yeah, like, I want to believe that it's not Stego. Mainly because if it's Stego, I'm going to rage quit. Like, I don't have time to, like, go through all 8 billion different Stego methods. So we have 6, 7, and 8. Oh, is there a 9 here? I wonder how... Let's do this. Wonder how fast I can just like brute force this. Not very. God damn it. This is a little worse. My Fitbit's like, you haven't walked enough this hour. And it's like, yeah, I've been stuck here on this awful challenge. The worst. Let's see. Yes, I want to see it anyway. It's just a bunch of @ symbols. That's cool. See, when you're an uber lead hacksaw like me, you don't even see the code anymore. It's just Hello Kitty there and, you know, Hello Kitty sandals here. Yeah, it looks like my strings command returned everything that would have been there. So we can use like, we can use some stag tools to see if, but then you're just like password cracking freaking stag tools though. Like, if it's even there. Yeah, I know stag hide, but like, I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go through like every stag tool that exists and like run a password crack against it, hoping that it's there, and then like prove a bunch of false, you know, like try and prove a bunch of false negatives. I guess you can bin walk it. Bin walk each. All right. Oh, wait a minute. How big are these things? $10K? The biggest? It's probably 10K. Wait, what is this? Oh, that's just the way the PNGs are. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think those, that did anything. And this brute force is going to take forever as well. And even if it's in that key space. Yeah, we can try strings like with the different encoding formats. So no. That would have been hilarious, though. Did he compare file size to actual image and see the likely hider? Wait, what? They're all tiny images. Like 10K is the biggest. I mean, granted, like, I don't know, man. If it's not if it's not just a string, like hidden strings. Oh, do we have write access to the remote share? That's a damn good question. Why didn't I think of that? It seemed weird. Oh, it won't matter because we're in like a subdirectory here. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I mean, we can just like throw John back at it. RSACTF tool. Tries comment. Wait, what? RSA CTF tool? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to it at this point. Seriously? Why? Why is nothing working today? I don't know if you're about to hear this, but I'm lowering my desk, and I've actually never done this on stream, so if you hear a weird sound, that's what that is. I've just been standing for the last, what, hour or however long we've been doing this. So, alright, so let's see here. We are getting some kind of error. Building wheel, fine. MPFR. So app search. All right, we're like, what, like 4/6, 3.5/6 through our 6-character key space, if it's even 6 characters. And something else. Okay, so I have about 1 more hour to work on this, and then I do have to actually, you know, go to work. So I'm going to keep beating my head against that wall. Probably not the Stego wall though, because again, if it's Stego, I'm just out. But we'll give some, try some other things here. Okay, so what? I did the thing you wanted. I should just, like, you know, spell install correctly. Okay, there we go. Sweet. TF4. So RCA CTF, RSA CTF tool. What is happening here? Why? Jeff, I already ran strings on pretty much everything. Or I guess I didn't run it on the backup, the actual zip, but I mean, oh God. Trust you. I should really use John again. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything in strings. I mean, unless, like, some of these random strings are the passphrase for some reason. All right, let's see here. What was I doing before all of that distraction? I was doing the RSA CTF tool, which, like, works from the Git directory, but not from, like, from my symlink for some reason. Wait. Oh, it's using Python 3. Huh. And I needed GMPY2. One thing I noticed is I'm not getting false positives from John this time. So I wonder if there's a problem with well, first of all, is it getting, yeah. I'm wondering if there's a problem with the older John that comes with Kali versus the one that we got specifically from Git. Also, it's telling me that... What time does it think it is? Oh, man. It's telling me that it's going to take 6 hours to run. What? Wait. For 2 loaded hashes... Oh, no, it's 2 for all loaded hashes. Because it thinks it's bcrypt. Yeah. Did I run John against backup.zip? No, I ran it against the hash from the backup.zip, yes. But that's how we extracted all that. Yeah, it might not be detecting it since I didn't tell it the format. So the format was SSH-ng, right? Something like that. Why doesn't everyone have the same freaking list syntax? SSH-ng. Try the same. Yeah, that's a good point. Is like the same one, but come on, John would have come up with that as an option, right? Nope. Okay. Let's see, formats. I don't actually see a format-ng. SSH-ng. See, I don't actually see that as an option here, though. That's the weird thing. So maybe the older one or the newer one doesn't have it? SSH didn't find... Yeah, but it's loading bcrypt. That's the one that it was running before. That's the one that the old one was... Use keygen on the RSA file. Why would I do that? Oh, nope. Unknown option. What do you mean unknown option? You can't help? Hell's wrong with you? Well, here's a possible brute force method. Yeah, why? I'm curious why you're saying to use. Why that's a suggestion. I mean, it's certainly a verification vector. Oh, weren't we gonna like run a tool at some point? Can persist the cert details. Okay. With mine is L. Oh, with F is the... Invalid key format. Well, that could be a problem. Wait. It doesn't look like an invalid key format, though. Of course, it's base64. That's common. Okay, but it's not just base64D though. You're gonna have to like, yeah, it's common for those to be base64. Can you brute force with John? Yes, you can brute force with John. Oh, you mean instead of a word list? I have to imagine that's gonna be worse though. Like with the false positives. Yeah, okay. Let's... Since we're all grasping at straws... Alright, it's something like, oops. There is nothing in that base64, it appears. Did I try running SSH to John? Yes, that is how I got the actual pass, the hash that I have here. So the rsa.hash came out of SSH to John. I'm checking out the link that Daniel posted. Use keygen on the ID rsa.pub. I have not done that, I guess. But again, I don't understand why you would do that. Like, use open SSH key v1. Is there a vulnerability to that? Wait, what? Okay, I'm confused. There's like a lot of like throwing pasta at the wall to see if it sticks, and I'm not sure that I'm able to follow through. I'm not able to follow like all of these lines of thought. I don't think the brute force method is working here in John, because I'm just getting like a bunch of weird stuff. Yeah, so we keep getting sidetracked. This RSA tool. With the public key is id rsa.pub, and the private key wait. Is ID oop. It did not like something. Oh, it wants me to exist in there. Okay, fine. That's silly, by the way. If you develop Python tools, do not assume that you're in that directory. Oh, you don't need the key? You just need the public key? Okay. Hold on. What? Specify a file to dump with key. So dump key. Just dump the RSA variables from a key. You don't need the private key. So it's just running specific for I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. Okay, we'll see if this voodoo works. Oh, man. I feel like I could have written a brute forcer faster than this. Let's see. Okay, so we have a private key. We have a private key. We know where it goes. We know what user it's for. if the password is not easily crackable, and it doesn't appear that, I mean, unless we go into the deep dark rabbit hole of Stego, it doesn't appear that we were given resources to infer maybe the password has somehow something to do with Hello Kitty. I mean, it could do. But I mean, again, like we're back at like the you know, what the hell were they thinking? Like, is it Hello Kitty? Is it just run cool on the Hello Kitty Oop. I mean, maybe. I'm inclined to agree with Ron, though. If that works, it's awful. So here's the other thing, right? Like, this stuff. So when you're doing this kind of stuff in the field, this can clearly take a while. I mean, there's a lot of you know, starting down a rabbit hole, completely exhausting that rabbit hole, and then moving on to some other rabbit hole, right? And really just exhausting all lines of possibilities. However, in war games and CTFs and whatnot, I would expect that there would be some path, some indicator of direction that you should be following. And I don't know, maybe it's foolish to think that people design games that way. Maybe I'm just spoiled by counterhack. Yes, I'm totally sucking up to you. But like, I have to believe that if we were, I don't know, this is just frustrating. And like trying to, and granted, I guess that having a bunch of Hello Kitty pictures could be telling us to like run cool on every Hello Kitty website known to man. But I don't know. Hold on. I am getting I have some work Slack messages. Give me 1 second. Could Xargs rock you and just crack that way? I mean, the question is, are these like, the question is if we let this finish, is one of these the passphrase, right? Like that's kind of the thing I'm falling on right now, is if the passphrase exists in this word list, then at least we have a much smaller dictionary to crack from, and then we can just throw that in Hydra or some other, I mean, I can write like a bash script to just, you know, run all these against the RSA key itself. And maybe it'll at least narrow the number of options we have. It's kind of my line of thinking right now. Maybe try Hashcat for a last try, but didn't we already discover that Hashcat doesn't have this capability? That's if we have actual access to the known host file. Oh, look, it's San Diego. It's probably San Diego. The creator of this challenge knew that I lived in San Diego, and it's like, I'm going to place this here just for them. One sec, I'm finding my Hashcat installation on my host, because obviously I do not have Hashcat on a VM where it cannot be fully utilized. Where the hell did my Hashcat directory go? Where did it go? The Crypto Club or Crypto Cub says KringleCon was great. If kudos to anyone that was involved in that. There are basically the majority of people that were responsible for that are in this channel right now. So I thought I was sucking up earlier. Looks like somebody else is sucking up more. Not that I blame you. I mean, oh, Hashcat's there. I'm dumb. All right. So the keygen idea is to run rocku through keygen and see if you get the same key. So you run through okay, hold on. So you use rocku as an input to keygen and then compare the output key against the key that we already have. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could do that. It might be faster than doing this. I'm not really sure. Like, I'm not really sure what our current Yeah, this isn't going very fast. Yeah. So why the hell? Like, programs that don't have, like, help bother the shit out of me. Like, why don't we just keep things consistent, folks? Alright, so we do T, RSA, F for output file, N for new passphrase. So we can do something like let's see. So if we do like for I in or I definitely do bash scripting a lot. Cat user share wordless rocku.txt do so we're gonna do SSH keygen T RSA N I and then F RSA 2. Then we want to, what happens if we echo, oh. Come on. What am I doing here? $sign question mark. Oh, right. You have to echo it. Okay. So if we echo bar to foo1 and then we diff foo1, foo2. Okay, cool. The username was in the RSA file. Wait, what? What are we talking about here? All right, let's catch up whatever the hell Jeff is nitpicking here. Technically, for blah and blah is brittle. Yes, you are nitpicking, but you're probably correct. Passwords with spaces would each be parsed into cat into a while loop. Yeah, okay, fine. So now the real question is, if we, let's see, we'll just head and one user share, or we'll do this. So SSH keygen TRSA n foobar f output RSA1. And then we do the same thing to RSA2. And we diff RSA1, RSA2. Oops. Interesting. I don't know if this will work anyways. I don't know if this will work. It's like I literally just did the same thing to two different files and they don't match. Which, I mean, they shouldn't, right? How? Yeah, I think that's another way. I think that's another way to do it, right? So instead of trying to generate our own password, we just use the P switch to change the password. And maybe that'll be faster. So if we do something like SSH keygen. So instead of trying to create a new key and create a password and compare the keys, if we just do this instead. So we go like p foo n bar f RSA2. What? Incorrect passphrase. Oh. Okay, so instead we'll do this. Do pp pp n foobar. Could it be weak RSA key? If we already ran some you know, CTF-y kind of tools against it. So if that's what you're talking about, then no. And then so what we need is, let's see, what's the if? Bash if then. So we want so if we do like if blah blah blah. All right. This is probably... Nope. You can tell that I script and bash a whole lot. Do. It's broken. Oh, because you have to like done the if, then you have to. Oh, because I don't finish the phi. Yeah, probably. Hey, oh god. No such file or directory. Oh yeah, do a break. Is there no hash if then one line? Oh, I guess, yeah, it'll change it to foobar. That's true. I can just skip the if altogether. That's a good point. So it'll just change the password. Oh god, still though. While read, oh, there's no, okay. And F file name, duh. Nope, still wrong. Too many arguments. SSH keygen p I. Oh, I wonder if I is... Oh. Aha. So now I think we just did it. Let's see. Okay, so SSH. Did we change it to foobar or foo? Foobar. Hey! Okay. Well, it's about damn time. I have 12 minutes to root this box. So let's do like a sudo -L. Nope. Sudo not found. What? Oh, we're on OpenBSD. We'll run an ID. We're in wheel. So there's, what is the damn... No, there's a different thing. Sudo for OpenBSD. Or, God damn it. What's the... It's different on OpenBSD, and I haven't used BSD in ages. So there's another, like, run... It's not run as, that's Windows. BSD... Do as. Thank you, Twitch chat. Okay, so do as. There's a... cool. BSD. So do as... We don't have its password. User local etc doas.conf. Etc doas.conf. So no pass. Ooh. What do you mean? Permit no pass. Keep env user as root. Server required. Ah, I can only hit this. Good call out, Ron. Yeah, so I can only user bin less on this auth-log. So do as you root user and less. Hey, and now if we isn't it? Let's escape. It's like dollar. It's like exclamation point, but it's being weird. Oh, maybe the help will tell me. Yeah, it's exclamation point. It's not doing it. It's not doing it. Why not? Every time I do the exclamation point, it goes back to the other thing. Yeah. I got the... Oh, maybe you need to do it in quotation marks? It's... Make windows smaller. Why would making the windows smaller do it? That's not... Why? That's the making the window smaller thing is a more problem. Yeah, the $sh or the exclamation point sh is definitely what's happening, but I'll show you what's happening. So I go into the command mode, and then I type the exclamation point, and it goes back to this other thing. So bsd less shell escape. But I mean, even so, if we go into the help, it even tells us specifically that that's what we should be able to do. Yeah, any commands. Ah. Hey, there we go. Good call out, Ron, going into editing mode instead of just sitting in less. So there we are. So for those of you that didn't follow what the hell was going on, and I was just being like ultra frustrated. So in Linux, when you're in less or VI or something like that, you can actually go into the command mode. So you type the colon there, and you type a exclamation point, and what this allows you to do is run shell commands from inside the editor or from inside less. And this was originally used, it's not just for hackers, it was originally used like if you're doing development work and you need to test your script or, you know, do whatever on what you're working on, like you're writing a script, you're writing a Python program, a C program, whatever, you can actually like run that program from within the editor to do like rapid prototyping and whatnot. But when combined with sudo, when combined with restricted shells, when combined with these different things, we can actually utilize these weird, archaic methodologies to get our own shell. So what was happening is we were in less, and it was behaving differently than I expected, because we're on BSD, we're not on Linux. On Linux, from within less, you can actually escape out. I can even show that here. So if we less foo. Oh, maybe not. We still have to go into editing mode. Okay. So we go into editing mode, and that allows us to input this command. So we put in our semicolon to go into command mode. We hit the exclamation point to run a shell command, and then we run sh as the shell command, which drops us to a shell. And now we're root. And so we can go into the root directory, and there's a flag there, and I will let you download this VM and kind of walk through all the extraordinarily frustrating steps that we took to get here, so you can read the flag yourself. But thank you for everyone that joined. It was a lot of fun, and we can Yeah, we did it. 2 minutes to spare. We actually finished the whole stream, which is sweet. Thanks everybody for joining. Thanks CounterHack for like, you know, like rating my stream and definitely not making me nervous at all. But we'll see you guys next time.